Hey, everybody, welcome back to Colleague Nation, your one stop shop for all things colleague racing, Dinger Nation, SVG Nation, and more. I'm Sean, he's Ryan. Before we get into it, our multiple choice question for this video is: how many races do you think SVG is going to win in the 2025 Cup Series? Is it zero, one, two, or more? Let us know in the comment section down below. Ryan, here we are, man. We're 11 races into this season. And much like we discussed on our live stream, I would suggest that the SVG fan base is very volatile at the moment. I think that's probably the appropriate word for it. How do you think his season has gone to date? How would you, review it from a I mean, we're SVG fans, but I don't think we're diehard SVG fans. I think that goes to, the lovely people that have followed him for, his whole career, not people that have followed him for, a couple of years. Um, how do you view this season so far?
Man, I think we both knew coming into this season that this was going to be a difficult season for SVG. Translating from supercars to Xfinity, from Xfinity to Cup is not easy. I mean, we've seen it numerous times now with open wheel drivers coming over and frankly getting their asses handed to them for several years. Some of them never pick up on it. AJ, I think, is actually one of the few open wheel drivers to have success in NASCAR. So I knew it wasn't going to be easy for him. Probably, I think you and I were much more realistic about expectations than maybe other people were hoping for or expecting. But to say this season has been anything other than an abstract failure, even with those caveats in place, would be underselling how bad the season's been. He's 35th in points. I believe the only driver he's ahead of in points is Cody Ware, which is not saying a whole heck of a lot. And his average running position on ovals is 30.2 or somewhere in that general ballpark. It's very bad, below it's under 30. Average qualifying position is somewhere around 28th, 29th. It's been bad. There's 36 full-time Cup cars in NASCAR. He's 35th in points and hasn't really sniffed anything inside the top 20 for any race outside of COTA earlier this year. So it's been as bad as I think bad could possibly be even thought about. So it's not been a good start to a season. Now, is it all on SVG? I don't know. There's a lot, obviously, with the learning curve that we can sit here and say, yeah, these ovals are hard, and the competition at the Cup level is hard. You know, his crew chief is, I think, maybe a point of weakness. We talked about that on the live stream. I forgot his name. It's Steven Duran, I think, is his crew chief. He was Zane Smith's crew chief over at Spire Motorsports last year. They did not have a lot of success. So, maybe there's an issue with the crew chief and SVG, but it's been a rough start for him, to say the least. Very few shining moments. He finished 22nd this week at Texas, which is definitely a step up from where he's been running. But even a lot of that can be attributed to attrition. So there's only one way to go for him, I would say, at the very least. If we're looking at this from a positive standpoint, he can only go up. He can only get better. But even for those that were expecting a difficult, challenging season for SVG, I think he's performed even below expectations compared to where I was expecting him to go this year. So not been very good.
Yeah, I'm incredibly conflicted with this, man. From a fan perspective, like we mentioned on the live stream, I use the word volatile because it's not everybody. We have one of our moderators, huge SVG fan, and followed him for his entire career, and I feel like I think she has her head on straight in terms of how she's approaching what's going on. But I think there's a lot of people that, frankly, just underestimated how hard turning left is. Um, I think NASCAR gets knocked for that, and it's like getting punched in the face when you realize, oh, it's not just turning left. There's way more to it. And SVG's braking style, for example, does not fit with ovals. It just doesn't. It does not help you at all, and that's something that he may have to change altogether. But I agree. Like when your average running position is south of 30, I guess north of 30, depending on how you look at it, not even in the top 30. It's not good. Like, it's quite bad because it's not horrible equipment he's in. And I know there's people already. I can't believe the amount of posts I've seen, man, whether it's on Twitter, Reddit, Facebook, about um, how Trackhouse is awful and they wish he would have stayed with Colleague. And I just kind of thought to myself, boy, how 1 year will change things. Um, again, like I said on the live stream, I think he needs a longer leash. I'm not condoning some of the things that have happened this year. Inexperience has shown, um, but take the finish this weekend. I think it was 22nd, and it by attrition, absolutely. Did just he couldn't get anything going this weekend. But you know what? Had he survived other races this year by attrition, which the opportunity was there to do, he would be higher in points. The average running position would be higher as well. Um, but he hasn't. So when people knock him for, well, he only finished 22nd because, a bunch of cars wrecked out. I'm not saying you're saying that, but I have visually seen other people say that. Uh, don't knock him for that because guess what? That's part of NASCAR. And we've talked about it on this channel for a very long time. When you don't have your best stuff, and in SVG's cases on a lot of the ovals, he's still trying to develop his best stuff. You need to find a way to grind out okay finishes. I think AJ finished like 14. AJ Allmendinger finished 14th at Atlanta, and that wasn't because they were good. They were friggin' terrible there, but he survived by attrition. I think he finished 22nd at Phoenix, survived by attrition. It's a part of it when you're playing the points game. You have to find a way to survive and make the most of your races. So I expected more, but like we talked about on the live stream, this guy has earned a way longer look than 11 races before people, start jumping off buildings or anything crazy like that. Um, give him some time, be patient. That being said, I don't think Trackhouse has been particularly great this year. They've turned it around the last 4 or 5 races. We've seen Chastain shoot up in the point standings. Um, but the crew chief, I do think, is a problem. Like, he did nothing with Zane Smith. And I think that's an area that they need to look to change. And I think you hit it on our live stream where maybe Trackhouse should be opening up the wallet just a little bit more and giving Rodney Childers a call. I'd certainly be pursuing it if I were them. But yeah, SVG needs more time. Right now, I'd probably give his grade a, I wouldn't put F, but I'd say it's a D. It's a solid D right now, but that can change, man. Our multiple choice question wins bunch of road courses coming up. While I don't think he's going to win 3 or 4 of them, I could easily sit here and say there's a good chance he wins 1 or 2. He's going to be the favorite at Chicago. And he ran excellent at Watkins Glen last year. They're the 2 I would have circled right now. Final thoughts, man, on SVG's 2025 season to date and how they might be able to fix things. You got a minute or less, pal.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be challenging, but as you said, we got the summers coming up where he's going to have tracks where he ran well in the Xfinity car. Pocono, Indianapolis, Michigan are tracks he showed well in the Xfinity series. I think he will translate to those tracks okay. Obviously, the road courses are going to be his bread and butter. He did not win at COTA, and frankly, I don't think he had the best car at COTA. I think that was Kyle Busch, but he was right there. He led a ton of laps. He got a lot of stage points. He did what he needed to do to put himself in position to win those races. So all it takes is one. You win one of those races, and it changes your whole season around. And even if it does only lead to a 16th place finish in points, that is certainly significantly better than where he's running in 35th. So I think there's definitely some windows of opportunity that we can look forward to. But it's definitely been a difficult season. And listen, we all been down this road with our fandom. When our teams are struggling, it is, especially when we are used to them running or performing well, it is a tough pill to swallow. It's not fun. It's not great, but he will have his opportunities. This is not F1. He is not being replaced, unlike some drivers on that side of the pond. He's going to get the rest of this year, and I think next year as well. So, as you mentioned ad nauseum on the live stream, just be patient with him. Let him make his own adjustments. Let them build that notebook for second and third trips to the tracks, and see where it shakes out. I still expect him to win one of these road courses and get himself in the playoffs, and that is a healthy pill to swallow to make you feel a lot better than where you have been this year. So just keep chin up. The season's got a long way to go.
Absolutely, man. I mean, I'll say this: if he doesn't win a race this year, or at the very least doesn't run quite a bit better than say a 31st average running position on ovals in the back half of the season, I will take a pie to the face on camera, on a live stream for everyone. That's how confident I am that what we've seen so far is not going to be what we see later on. Let us know in the comment section down below how you feel about SVG's 2025 season to date. We would love to hear how all of you feel. Much appreciated. Like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications to all to keep up with all of our content. Keep smiling.